Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Stanford Howard with this edition of the HGP Sportscast. We tell you now, the Guyana Athletics Association and the Ministry of Education are still to agree on a structure of a sports curriculum for schools. Find out more in this report.
There's no PE teacher now. I mean, there are very few schools that have a physical education teacher attached. And then when you talk to the physical education teacher, the time that is allotted in the curriculum for PE is almost not there. We are working with the Guyana Teachers Union and Ministry of Education to make schools nationals a better meet. So it can encourage the head teachers and the other people in the ministry structure, the educational structure, to really and truly view physical education and track and field like any other subject, just like maths and English and science.
In light of the many athletes who brought home medals for Guyana in the past few years, the Ministry of Education and the AAG opened talks on the development of a sports curriculum for public schools. But after approximately 3 years of talks, the parties can get their act together. President of the Athletics Association spoke about the hiccups in the way of an agreement. Does the Athletics Association work closely with the Ministry of Education as a partner in the structuring of sports curriculum for schools?
No.
There's no such...
No, there's no such relationship, and it is something that we think we need to do. A matter of fact, there's even it could be so terrible that sometimes even in the development of the track facilities, there's not enough consultation with the Athletics Association of Guyana in developing those things. So I think sometimes the government of the day need to look to the sporting bodies for guidance. I don't think it is sought after enough. And we are here to serve the sport, and we're always willing to help.
President of the Athletics Association, Aubrey Hudson, also spoke about the importance of athletes being acutely aware of pursuing an education while engaging in sport. What are the plans that are in place to ensure athletes are educated enough about the economic implications of playing sport full-time? I know that we don't have that system here, but we've known that time and time a few Guyanese athletes have had the opportunity to go on to colleges, to do something. You're an athlete, but you also have a degree.
Yeah.
What's the association doing about that?
Well, what we do, we develop the product. We develop the athletes. We work hard through our coaches to bring our athletes up to a point where they're recognized. And the schools in the U.S. in particular are calling for them now. A matter of fact, the schools are contacting the coaches saying, who next you have? We have quite a few athletes in the U.S. right now who are at colleges true to their athletic ability.
He also added that coaches in the U.S. are looking to Guyana to supply those colleges with athletes. And the trade-off with the athletes is a good one, because after the 2 to 4 years, they return with a degree to their name, while improving the level of performance in track and field due to the higher quality of training. For the HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard. Now switch our attention to football. The second annual Interward Indoor Football Magnum Mash Cup tournament is set to kick off on February 2nd at the National Gymnasium. Find out more in this report. The tournament is a collaborative effort between Magnum Tonic Wine and Sand Sport. 32 teams are to participate at the National Gymnasium in the second annual Magnum Mash Cup. The teams will battle for cash prizes and a trophy, with Ben Street holding top honors from last year. Tournament coordinator Eason Griffith is encouraging all teams to bring their A game on the playing days.
The tournament will kick off at the National Gymnasium from February 2nd. It will play on the 5th, the 9th, the 13th, the 16th, the 19th, the 21st, the 24th, and the grand finals on the 2nd of March. The winning team will take home $500,000.
Director of Sports Christopher Jones said that the Sports Commission is heartened by the tournament and the level of competition that Magnum Tonic Wine and Sand Sport have brought to the table in 2018. And that's why the Sports Commission will add a little incentive.
And that is why it is not by accident that in 2019 the National Sports Commission, like it did last year, but in 2019 in a major way, will be making a significant contribution to the success of this tournament. It has been announced by Mr. Griffith that the prize package includes 500, 250, and 100,000 respectively. So from the National Sports Commission, we would like to increase that figure. So the first prize will now be $600,000, the second prize will be $350,000, and the third place prize will be $200,000.
Additionally, the Sports Commission will also be teaming up with Trophy Stall for the first place trophy. The director also stressed the importance of young people being involved in sporting activities. Security is a top priority for the organizers. Patrons can also expect exciting giveaways throughout the tournament. Admission will be $500 Guyana on playing nights, but for the semi-finals and finals, patrons would have to pay $1,000 Guyana. For the HGP Sport, I am Stanford Howard. We switch our attention to cricket. The International Cricket Council on Tuesday announced the men's Test and ODI team of the year, with Virat Kohli named captain of both sides, following a remarkable 2018 as a batsman and a skipper. The award, which honored performance during a calendar year, saw the Indian captain Kohli walking into both sides, which were selected by the ICC Voting Academy, comprising former players, members of the media, and broadcasters. West Indies captain Jason Holder had a fantastic year with bat and ball and was named as the all-rounder in the team. Due to his brilliance, he leaped up the ranking and is now number 2 all-rounder in the world in the longest format of the game. And finally, in table tennis, Blue Thunder has thundered once again, this time in the Inter-Organization Table Tennis Championship. Samuel Gillis has this report.
Guyana Table Tennis Association hosted a 2-day inter-organization table tennis championship at the Cliff Anderson Sports Hall over the weekend. Business entities, religious bodies, and organizations took part. Some teams that played well in Group 1 were the Guyana Fire Service, Guyana Islamic Trust, and the Chinese Embassy B-side. But in Group 2, it was MP Electronics who got past the Guyana Islamic Trust B team and the Chinese Embassy A-side 3-2. Eventually, the champions, Blue Thunder, dealers in car radios and speakers, boomed out the Guyana Islamic Trust A team. In the semifinals, Blue Thunder also crushed MP Electronic 3-2. In the championship clash, Blue Thunder finally annihilated the Guyana Islamic Trust 3-0. This left MP Electronics and the Guyana Fire Service wandering in third place, and Blue Thunder rolled away with the first place. This event, which attracted 9 teams, was the springboard for the 2019 season for table tennis. For HGP Sports, I am Samuel Gillis.
Thank you, Samuel. And that's all we have for this edition of the HGP Sportscast. But do remember, persistence can change failure into extraordinary achievement.